I'm here in Sequoia National Park this week, and I recently picked up this tent from REI. I really like REI's design and construction and quality of tents. This is my 5th REI tent that I've ever bought. This is called the Flash Air 2. So far as I know, they aren't going to be making them anymore, so this could be a last chance to get them. I'll tell you one thing I really like, one thing I really dislike, which might help you make a decision about your tent. But before I say that, what you have to know about this tent is there are 2 attributes to this tent that make it different than many other tents. And that is, it is a single wall tent, which means there's not a tent and a rain fly. That would be a dual wall tent. And single wall tents have one major advantage, which is they are lighter weight. One major disadvantage, which is moisture and condensation buildup. The second attribute to this tent is it is non-freestanding. What that means is that if you do not have it staked out to the ground, it will fall over. It's the exact opposite of a pop-up tent. And they do that to save weight. In this case, you only have these 2 poles, which can also be replaced with trekking poles, and 2 mini poles right here. This design of tent is minimalistic and very lightweight, and so it's perfect for backpackers, especially if you leave these poles behind and you just use the trekking poles that you might already have with you. Before this tent, I owned the Gossamer Gear the 2, which is very similar design. There's 2 major differences, one that I like on the REI, one that I dislike. What I like is that this little stake right here gives you sort of some height here, which gives you headroom, and on the other side, tail room or foot room. The downside, of course, is a little bit of weight. On the Gossamer Gear, you have a grommet here with a loop that you really need to guy out. Otherwise, the tent is really in your face and you really miss out on headroom. So the pro here is for just a little bit of extra weight and bulk, you get that without having another guy line out, which often gets tripped over. The big disadvantage, and I think this is a quite serious disadvantage over the Gossamer Gear, is the way that the rain fly here is related to how the tent is tensioned. On the Gossamer Gear, you have some cord that runs from here to here, and it allows you to unclip this side and pull it back, and this side and pull it back. On this tent, you cannot remove that side. Furthermore, because the tension on this line is related to this being zipped or unzipped, when you unzip this for the night, you really have to retension this. And then before you can rezip it, you have to relieve the tension. For that reason, if I were choosing, I would get the Gossamer Gear the 2, also because it's a little bit cheaper.